exactly. But I've done that so many times. I'll just fly by at the right time and suddenly suddenly there's a bag and I'm like, oh, well then. There we go. Perfect. Here we go. Whee! Did I miss one? I did miss one. Whoops. I'm doing this one terribly. It's what I get for reading chat and racing at the same time. That's okay. I got the DC when logging in on my priest at one point. I had to go to the character stuck Blizz site. Whoop, here we go. And get her sent to the nearest graveyard. Yep. Definitely try that. And now we need reverse. Excellent. Jude Face, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Glad to have you here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome. Here we go. Excellent. Alright. You'd miss. These races are fun. I hope they add more races to future patch zones. So I know we have like rifts or something coming in the next patch, but I don't know that we're getting a new zone. So I don't know that we'll get more races with 1005. Excluding like the Kalimdor ones, because those are not permanent. Is that reverse? Yep. Alright. Did all three of those. Moving on. Hello, Lazy Cloud. Welcome. Glad to have you here. How are you doing? I really want to drink my bone broth, but it's hot. Eh. Feeling better today? I mean, I feel fine. So, but it's 93 now and getting hotter, so I'm melting, unfortunately. But if that's what you're referring to, then no. I just have to suffer. Oh, doing great. Had an iced coffee, and that was super refreshing. Awesome. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. New zone and fall, I think I read. That must be with 10.2 or 10.07. I don't know. I'm not used to having the 07 patches back. They haven't done those in a long time. Like, not that we need, you know, new zones constantly. It's just, I like having these races. And inevitably, if they just keep adding these races and keep letting us get a little bit of XP from it, I'm gonna be able to do a lot of leveling with the races. Which I am fine with. I am not complaining. Just got high res new Nether Drake. It's amazing. I'm so down for it. Nice. Congrats. I haven't specifically done the trading post yet this month. Because I've been focusing on leveling. And I'm trying to make sure I get all that done before the buff is gone next week. So, yeah. Can you get from 60 to 70 on an alt with the races? No. No, you can't. You can only get a few levels. Right now, you can probably get about 5 or 6 levels, depending on when you start, with races alone, but that's only because of the buff. Well, as soon as the buff is gone, it'll be back to probably the 4 or 5 it usually is. There we go. Yes, Stream Elements, I am live. Congratulations for noticing. Alright. Whoop, here we go. I missed it. There we go. Okay. Excellent. Beautiful. Alright, now we just need reverse. Boop. Reverse time. 3k tendies after all expenses, and I still have it like it's too little. Cause eventually they add something very expensive and I won't have enough for it. Yeah, I feel that. They let us get 200 more attendees this month, I noticed, which is pretty neat. Very nice of them. But they also added a bunch of really expensive stuff. Like, several of the transmogs are 500, 600. And I was like, dude, it's just a staff. What's the point of adding more tendies if you super overload the roster, the list? Oh darn it! And so we still can't get very many things. Like, I'm not asking for all of it. Just kind of annoyed. Because I was like, oh cool, I might be able to buy another item this month. Never mind, they added like 6 more things. So, yeah. Nice. Alright, that one's done. Moving on. I love alternate forms of leveling, keeps things fresh and interesting. Agreed. And Blizzard is very, very, very fond of nerfing them when an expansion is over. They really like getting rid of alternative ways to level for past expansions, and I really don't understand why. Because it makes it, to me, not fun. So if you want to do some leveling with dragon races, and you want to enjoy it while it's still here, I would recommend doing it now. Because I would not be surprised if come 11.0, and the new Chromie time bracket is added for the next leveling batch, that we can no longer use it for leveling. I am fully expecting it. And I will be hard impressed if they decided to just leave it as it is. Because I'm right there with you. I like alternate ways of leveling. I got the cub already and I'm super happy with it. It's adorable. Awesome. It is pretty adorable. I do like that pet. I bought that one with gold. Because that one dropped by like 80% in price on the auction house. I was like, well, I'll just buy that one with gold. That way I have more tendies. So I got it for like 200k. Instead of the normal like 900,000 that it usually is. There we go. Excellent. Why am I going so slow? Where's my... I guess I'm not going slow. It just feels like I'm going slow. I've been racing too long, guys. I feel like dragon racing is slow now. Ruh-roh. Whee. Beautiful. Now we need advanced and reverse. Surprised there's so many Hordes on. Well, I guess they are from Worm Rest. Must be phased to a Worm Rest shard. In which case, then I'm not that surprised. Here we go. Try to stay hydrated, everybody. It's good for you. We need water, or our brains shrivel up. Which is kind of scary to think about. That is legit what starts happening when when you're actually dehydrated. Spooky. Your brain is goo. It needs goo. Oops, I didn't save my thingies like I was supposed to. There we go. Boop. Now I need reverse. Excellent. Here we go. I don't know what they do, but I would honestly love it if they added another version of these races, as we have normal, advanced, and reverse. I don't know what other version they could do for it, but maybe ultra advanced. I don't know. Like imagine Plagued Proto Drake, Fighter Interceptor Mount, Scarlet Crusade, Super Warhammery new T-Mog set, and a Great Sword of Evan Blade recolors, all the same month. I'm terrified to think about that. Sorry for misclicks, getting a bit cozy. No, you're all good, Dragon Lair. Yeah, I'm right there with you, I know. Tell me about it. I'm just waiting, because I've not been buying any of the mounts or pets, because I've been focusing on transmog, as to me, I like transmog more than the other two. But at the same time, I'm just waiting for that month for exactly that, or there is a mount that I super want, and I'm like... And then there's also Mog I super want at the same time, just like you said. Yeah, I am dreading the day that comes, as it will happen inevitably. Owie! Owie! My spacer is pulling my hair. Ow! 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 Hold on, muting myself. Have technical difficulties. Eh! There we go. my right spacer, why are you being a problem? Not appreciating. Here we go. Maybe that'll help. Now I'm gonna move my mic down. Gosh. I'm a mess today. Mythic races. Exactly. I don't know. They might be kind of scary where it's just like everything is lava. Mythic races. There we go. Hello, typical chills. How are you doing? Hi, everyone. Right, I'm hoarding my tendies. Totally understandable. I tend to spend all of my tendies every month. But, in case anyone is wondering, I did notice something with this month. There is an item, it's the shirt, that is already back. I had bought I don't remember what it's called. But it's the shirt that's available this month. I had bought it in one of the previous months on the trading post, and it's already circled back around. So, it must be kind of random. I don't know, we'll see how long it takes for things to circle back around, so that's kind of neat. Here we go. I spend almost all my tendies every time I can't resist. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I spend almost everything. Whee! Boop. Alright, we need advanced. Take a sippy sip. Okay, down we go. Whee! Whee! Excellent. These are a fun way to level. So I always think it's funny when people that haven't talked in here before, I can tell they're just popping in and they're like, whatever I'm doing to level. They're like, is that the fastest? I'm like, no. And then they never talk again. Which means they probably left. And they're like, why isn't this person doing the fastest? I'm like, I don't speed level, I'm sorry. Kind of funny. Things that go through my head, you know? Cause gasp, I play what I enjoy. It's a weird concept, I know. I do what's enjoyable. Gasp. Yum. I like making yum sounds. Yum. While I'm doing this, cause you have to. You have the dragon zoomies, the dragoomies. Zoom, exactly. Imagine enjoying a game, not just going fast to go fast. Right? You'd be shocked of how harder of a concept that is for some folks. Everyone's in the go 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 mindset, and I'm like, just chill out for a little bit. Like, is what I'm doing kind of fast? I mean, technically, I'm being kind of efficient about it. It's faster than some other things, but it's not the fastest. Did I finish all those? I did. Nice. Go turn those in. Speedrun or nothing! Pretty much. That's why, like, on my leveling guides, I see comments every once in a while. They're like, this isn't the fastest. This guide is bogus and shouldn't exist because it's not the fastest route. This creator is incorrect. And I'm like, I don't know what you're thinking, but I just don't state anywhere that I'm a speedrunner, nor that my route is the fastest. If you read the title, it says how I level X to X. Sometimes I'll add a time onto it because people ask. That's about it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, calm down. It's so funny. Hello, Cyclone. Welcome. Glad to have you there. Here. How are you doing? Please watch this right now. Well, I will probably check it out after the stream. I'm not sure what it is. For a lot of this, what's fastest is the most enjoyable. Well, if that's what it is, then that's enjoyable, you know? It's just people that are usually grumpy and salty about it. There we go. Where are we going? Let's see. We're almost to the thingy. We'll go down to Zerlek first and then come back out. Kraken, your guides are wonderful. Those are just dum-dums. They are, I know. It's just amusing because I get accused a lot of like, whoops, I messed up. Of, speedrunning stuff. Like not speedrunning it properly type of thing. Or, you know, why does this guide exist? It's not, you know, the fastest type of thing. And I'm like, I'm not sure where you're seeing speedrun, but that's not what it says. Well, just a short meme to add to some dopamine. Nice. I'm against pranks and any iteration. Sure. I'll definitely check it out after stream. Or on break is probably when I'll do it. Whoa, suddenly rares. Here we go. Is my buff good? Yeah, my buff's fine. Where are we at? Where's the world quest? They moved. Well, I see one. Where's the second one? Blind. One. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, it's right there. I passed it. It was right in the middle. I didn't even see it. That's okay. Beep. There we go. Try this coals, please. Is the new evoker spec in game yet? That will come with 10.15, so next week. Augmentation evokers are coming next week. I'm not sure if you need to like unlock them or something. I'm not super interested in the spec, so I haven't really looked into it, but I know it is coming next week. Wow, there's a lot of people down here. Must be on a popular shard. I'm impressed. Oh, please just trust me. I want to hear you laugh. I will check it out during break, don't you worry. Pog, is it more like a support kind of thing? From what I understand, yeah, it's something about like buffing stuff. Again, I read over it once, it didn't interest me, and so I've just not looked into it at all after that. It's kind of supposed to be like a support buff kind of class, or not class, spec. So I'm not sure. Don't know that it's something I'll ever play, so I don't know. Don't know. There we go. Nice. Advanced. Nice. Alright. Here we go. On to advanced. Beautiful. Surprised there's so many people down here. Zerlek's been pretty dead for a while. A lot of people not from RP realms though, so they must be farming something. That's probably what it is. Made a group. Might actually play it if people hate it because I want to be special. Well, from what I understand, I'm in the minority opinion. A lot of people are super hyped for it. So, if you go by that metric, you might be SOL in terms of World of Warcraft in general. There we go. Nice. Survival Hunter it is then. What? But survival's awesome. I mean, yes, survival's awesome. I do like survival a lot. Let's see, I did advanced. Now I need reverse. I prefer tank spec over support one, call me crazy. No, I'm right there with you, Lazy Cloud. I was really, really wanting a tank spec for Evoker, an Earth-themed Draconic Dragon spec, because that's, I mean, as crazy it is, the literal Earth Warder. What? Dang fire. And we don't have a single Earth-based spec that is a tank. Like, the closest thing we have is shamans, but they're not tank. They're not, you know, they're not tanky, not in the slightest, unless you count their pet, but that doesn't really count. So, I was super, super bummed. But, you know, it's whatever. They're just gonna do what they do. Here we go. Or tanky evoker sounds nice, but it all feels like it doesn't make sense. With a squishy class, which just feel weird to me. I mean, I guess, but you could say that about Demon Hunter, you could say that about, I mean, Havoc is squishy as hell. Till you go Vengeance. So, I like some variety. And they're supposed to, you have to remember, they're supposed to be Neltharion's elite soldiers, and they're like these little squishy noodles. And I'm like, I'm not seeing it. So, they're already a little unbelievable for me anyways. Alright, looks like the next one's over there. It would have fit so well. Agreed, it really would have. Especially a Earth-themed, dragon-themed tank spec. And we know that they're tanky because even in, whatever you call it, Legion, the artifact for Protection Warrior was Neltharion's Scale. So, it's the shield, which is pretty cool. Black Dragon tanky, exactly, because they're all like, oh, Black Dragons are fully represented in the Evoker. I'm like, BS, we've got like 2 spells. Don't give me that. Don't make me salty about my favorite, whatever you call them. Favorite flight. At least they used to be my favorite flight. They're not anymore after this expansion. Guys, about a new spec. Ellie earlier made a video explaining what it is and what it might become in the future. Nice. Well, there you go. There's information. Perfect. I want it. I don't know why they want extra support when we already have Bronze Green Healer. I think they're just trying something new, because it's kind of... I think the idea, which I think they should have done with the full-on Bard class, I think they should have committed instead of a spec, personally. But a support that like that, usually see like a Bard type class in other games, you know, where they buff and they do that type of thing, but they're not necessarily a healer. I would have liked a full-on Bard class with that instead of the augmentation, but who knows, maybe they'll add 4th specs for other classes in the future. They've done it before. Who knows? I think it's just kind of an experiment because it sort of breaks the traditional setup we have in WoW, and I think they want to see how it works before they do a full commit, if that makes sense. That's the feeling I get from it, personally. And why not do the experiment on the experiment race, I guess? I don't know. They need to fix Drakthir Mogs too. That would be nice. I don't like that I can't really truly Mog my Drakthir. It kind of drives me nuts. Like, I love the options that they have in the Barber, but yeah. Yeah, this is true. I love Drakthir, I just don't like Evokers. Well, I'm hoping at some point, somewhat soon, that they're gonna get, let's see, that was advanced, I need reverse. That they're gonna get other classes, because I like Evoker. I do like Evoker. I actually really enjoyed Devastation, or whatever it's called, the DPS one. But it's not my go-to class. I would love to have a Drakthir tank, a Drakthir hunter, Drakthir anything else. So I'm really looking forward to when they can be other classes, whenever they put that in. Look forward to Drakthir Paladin. Oh my gosh, yes! And then you can actually like ride that frickin' time noodle around. The golden one, that'd be super cool. Evoker is getting another healing spec? No, they're getting it's not a healing spec, it's a support spec called Augmentation, where apparently they buff you. Think of a Bard class from other MMOs, and it's a lot like that, I guess. So maybe it will lead to Bard. That would definitely be cool. That's kind of what I'm hoping, because I feel like it's kind of experimental, because they didn't want to commit to a full class type of thing. I don't know. Here we go. Okay, and that was reverse. So now we need... So I've done Caldera and Sulfur. So now I need Brimstone. And that is... way up there. Okay. Well, it might be a decentralization of damage dealers. New role might make dungeon rolls have one buff spec instead of just pure damage. Yeah, which I'm not looking forward to personally, but again, I don't raid or do Mythic Plus or any of that anymore, so I can't really have a say in that. I would say I don't have a say just because I retired from all that. It's not something I'm looking forward to personally, but you know, it is what it is. If people like it, then that's what matters. Dractyr Druid, oh my gosh, yes. Can you imagine Dragon Druid? We got so much inspiration for it too with the green dragonflight. Yes, please. That would be beautiful. If they could make the visage a little more diverse, it'd be great as well. I know a lot of people are wanting other races for the visage, which I get. I'd be totally fine with it. I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen. I understand why they didn't, because they're not technically dragons. Like, legit dragons. They're their own thing. Little descendant-y type, experiment-y, created in a lab-y people. So I get it. But, you know, we'll see if that ever happens. I know there's a lot of people that really want that. And I wouldn't mind, because I do actually play all of my Dractyr as dragons. They're not RP'd as Dractyr. So, you know. It's probably the closest we'll ever get to, whoops, having a real, a dragon character. Here we go. Oop, nope, why are you doing that? Advanced. They have a full lore basis for Druid. Just imagine the forms they might have. I know, tell me about it. That'd be awesome. Ogre Visage! Ogre Visage, that'd be hilarious. I don't know if there's any dragons with an Ogre Visage, but that would be pretty funny. You need a new MMO? Well, there's plenty out there for you. We are in no shortage of MMOs in this day and age, that's for sure. Thank you so much for the sub, Binkyville. Super appreciate your support, because thanks to folks like you, I can keep working and doing what I'm doing. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Alright, I'm happy with the visage forms as they are. It makes them different from normal dragons. Their forms are unique to them. Yeah, I like them too. That's how I feel about it as well. I'd be totally fine if they added all the other races as visages for them. I know a lot of people want that. But as long as they don't remove the original, I am super happy with what we do have. And I cannot wait to make other classes. I'm really tired of waiting, because the Dractyr hype is already kind of going down, because I'm like, okay. It's one of those things that, like, to me it makes sense from a lore standpoint that they don't have other classes, yes. But you also have to remember this is an MMO, and the Dractyr hype is probably kind of piddling down by this point, because no one can play the classes they want on them if they're not into Evoker. So they just have to scrap that race, which is unfortunate. So I'm hoping that comes soon. Here we go. I think I would not be opposed to them adding them, but I think they're good as is. Yeah, understandable. They just didn't have time to make more visages. It will come closer to the new X-Pack, along with other classes for Dractyr. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's something they threw in, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they never threw that in. We'll find out. There's a real wild card when it comes to what they do and don't add. So the new spec is not a tank healer or DPS, it's a new thing. I think it's... I'm not sure what it's technically classified as, but it's not technically any of those, no. I don't know if it's got a little, like, what its icon is. Any of you know? All I know is I'm not interested, so I didn't look into it more than the first read about it. Okay, that was reverse. We did Brimstone, so we've done Brimstone, Sulfuret, and Caldera. I need a crystal. And that's over there. I forgot to give you my Amazon Prime sub last night. Is there a reminder of some sort? I don't think so. I don't believe the Amazon Prime one can auto resub either. So I'm not sure. I think it just is the way it is, unfortunately. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. I appreciate you resubbing it all. Thank you. Is it technically DPS? Okay, yeah. I had a feeling it was quote-unquote DPS, because I know it's not a healer. They were adamant about that. Alright. So it's quote-unquote DPS. There you go. Every Warlock in every race in 10.1.5. I wonder what the next class will be to be available on everything. Yes, I know. I'm so excited for Warlock, and that's just in a week now. Ah, so excited. So hyped. Every race except Drakthir, anyways. They don't count, apparently. But all we have left after Warlock is added is Paladin, Demon Hunter, Druid, and Shaman. The big four, if you will, that are a lot more specific and niche. So, my vote's on Paladin, probably, just because of the stuff going on with Tyr. And he is very Paladin related because of the light that he uses as a Titan. And the Silver Hand, and Tyr's Guard, and all of that that's related to him. So I would think that, but Druid could also be just as viable because of the future Emerald Dragonflight stuff that's supposed to be coming in a later patch. We might see that in like 10.2 or 10.3. Was that normal? Yes. So now we need it advanced. So I don't know. I don't know that we'll see Demon Hunter or... Well, Shaman could be just as viable too. Because Primalist stuff and Incarnates. Shit. I mean, any of them except Demon Hunter. I don't know. We've got themes all over the place this expansion, so there you go. I will make a note. I appreciate it, Pinkyville. Yeah, I'm not sure if there isn't any sort of reminder system besides like. Yeah, actually, I don't know if there is. There might be an email notification system or something, but I never use my email, so I don't know. Amazon Prime doesn't want you to use it. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they kind of hide it a little bit, but you know. I suppose it's like Shaman and Pally were in Classic, just buff classes. That would make sense, yeah. That makes sense, true. They didn't evolve more into what we know them as they did, as we do now, for a while. I'm predicting Shaman next, actually. Yeah, I could see that one, too. I could see that one, too. Alright, that was advanced. Now we need reverse. I would vote Druid, but it'll probably be last due to all the forms. Yeah, I'm not surprised if that one's going to take a while, because that one, aesthetically speaking, is going to take the most effort. And I don't know what's harder for them to come up with, lore or animation and new forms. So, however that pans out there. Shaman would be pretty easy, because that's just like some totems and stuff. And so would Paladin. So yeah, I could see Paladin or Shaman next. But yeah, I'm super pleased that we're finally going the route of all classes for all races. Eventually. Who knows what they'll do with Drakthir and Evoker, but at least for everything else. Pretty pleased. Because that's one thing that's always bothered me about WoW is the restrictions. So, you know. And any of it can make sense from a lore standpoint too. I am a firm believer of that. Okay, that was reverse. Excellent. So we did Caldera, Sulfur, Brimstone, and Crystal. Shimmering. Which is over there. Haven't quite memorized where these ones are yet. I'm sure I will after I do all these characters, though. I would vote Druid. Let's see, I read that. Give me my panda, gnome panda orc paladin already. Right there with you. Yes. Agreed. We need tiny gnome DH. Yes, we do. I actually agree with that, ironically. Alright, I think this is cool enough. Let me take a sip here of my bone broth. That's tasty. Alright. Whoop, my headset's falling off. Oh, there we go. Whoop, I'm missing it. There we go. Bunch of people here must be farming for stuff. Interesting. DH I think will be last, just because you'd need every race to have, whoops, extra fell customizations, I'd assume. Yeah, and I imagine they're probably waiting for like a Illidan and or Sargeras and or Legion return before they whip that one out. Because if you think about it, Illidan's story is a little open-ended. It's not final. We didn't kill Sargeras, and Illidan's not dead. We did defeat the Legion, but the demons still exist. But they're just not, to my understanding, under Sargeras' control anymore. So they can just kind of go back to being whatever they're doing. So I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that, because we have a lot of Titan stuff going on as well, which could lead into some Sargeras stuff. Who knows? Boop. Alright, we need advanced. Speaking of shamans, I still can't decide between Orc, Tarn, and a Panda. I like all three, but I would probably lean Orc, just because the Orcs have amazing muscle definition. And they look really great when they're swinging hammers around or casting lightning. So that would be my preference. Okay, honey badge, gnome tank form druid, honey badger. That would be super freaking adorable. I would love that so much. We defeated Sargeras, but what sword? No kidding. I'm starting to think too that the only way we're gonna get rid of that sword is if he comes back and pulls it out himself and be like, sorry, I was kind of psycho. I'll take this back now. Yeah, I don't know. And who knows what happens when he removes it? Like, was he being precise with his strike? Was there something under there that he was trying to absolutely mutilate besides Azeroth herself? Or when we pull it out, is there going to be frickin' old gods spewing everywhere? I don't know. Panda, because they're cute. Panda is the best totems of those races. More old gods shenanigans are ahead of us. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just like how they say, what sword? They're like, old gods are dead. Bitch, no they're not. You really think when the Titans themselves couldn't kill the old gods that us slapping their avatars around is gonna kill them? No. They're just like a plant. All we did was cut off the bud. The roots are still there. So, that's gonna be fun. It's not even them in their final forms, if you will. All we did was play with their visages. And I think that ending with N'Zoth was a little sus. I think we saw, he is supposed to be the master of illusions and stuff. I think he let us see what we wanted to see. We totally just fed him Azerite. Good job. He went nom nom. Oops, missed it. But you know. Boop. And that was reverse. Time to take a sippy here. Take a drink. I thought the Burning Legion just couldn't quick res anymore. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's pretty much all we did. And they're just not under Sargeras' control, because obviously he got yoinked. Alright, so that was Shimmering Slalom. We did Sulfur, right? Yeah. Now we need Loam Roam. Almost done with Zerlek. No quests for this one, unfortunately, but that's okay. Here we go. Looks like my Dark Moon Fair buff is almost gone. That's alright. Perfect timing anyways. I wanted to take a short break after I finished these 3. Go, get cooled back off. You can't have it. That's Azeroth's sword. Yeah, no kidding. Well, my guild is a clan of Honey Badger, and it's almost all gnomes. All of the tunes are me. That's adorable. Honey Badgers are so cute. Especially the European ones. The American ones are a little terrifying, but, you know. 3 druids and 1 paladin. Can't wait to be gnomes. Awesome. Yeah, you're like me then. I have multiple characters who are the quote-unquote wrong race because I made them for the class. That way when they open up in the future, I can just race change real quick. Bam. Alright. Beep. Nice. Now I need advanced. Oh, N'Zoth is my favorite. Cthulhu is cool too. Yeah, N'Zoth and Yogg are definitely my favorite. If Yashiraj gets more screen time, I might be open to him, but we haven't seen a whole lot of him because, well, he was dead. Quote unquote. But I would definitely like to see more of him. I mean, we've seen his pieces. All the little Shaw everywhere. But the rumor has it that he is regenerating, which I would not be surprised. So we'll find out. We'll find out what happens with that. I'm not sure why Sargeras was... what was doing with the planet, how and why. Whoop! Looked away for a second. Well, I know, like, from a generic standpoint, he probably wanted to destroy Azeroth because that's what he's been doing with all the other worlds. But Azeroth specifically, yeah, he didn't just straight up come nuke it in 2 like he's done with so many other worlds. He was actually there, like, hiding over it and doing stuff, which is interesting. Because, yeah, what exactly was he doing? And I think that stab might have been out of desperation. He was doing something. Who knows? We'll find out later in a future expansion, probably in 20.0. The Legion's return. Or return of Sargeras or something, who knows? Here we go. Excellent. We just need to remember, though, a cosmos divided will fall. Exactly. Exactly. I think they do not have honey badgers in the game because they would be OP and one-shot everything. I'd buy it. Alright. Let's hearth back up to, actually, we'll take a deep home pot. Let's go get our Dark Moon Fair buff again, and then we'll take a short break before we continue. From the way it looked, he was having quite close relationships with Azeroth. Same. For all we know, Azeroth and him were like absolute together. I mean, who knows? Titans, am I right? And before Azeroth was the villain all along type of story. Oh yeah, I am waiting for it. I am absolutely waiting for it. Yeah. Same. Same. Oh, lady's over here. Alright, here we go. Have we heard from Anduin lately? Not that I've seen. If there is, I haven't seen it. I know he's out and about, I don't know, whatever he's doing, moping around, I suppose. He was in the Maw for a short time, but I know that he left it according to, like, the book and such. He just hung out with Sylvanas for a bit, apparently. For some reason. But no, I think he's just out there, being moody. I'm sure we'll see him eventually. Not surprised, though, considering he was kind of done dirty, so, you know. Okay, we're gonna sit at the edge here, so we don't make anyone sick. Alright, we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna refill my drink, and, try to cool off a little bit. I'm starting to get a little overheated, so we will be back. That is the wrong ones. Up here. We will be back momentarily. Y'all go grab a drink and refresh. Okay. I'm back. I am back. Not as cool as I'd like to be, but I'm back. Alright, let's get back to Veldraki. We've got things to do. Oh, Illidan is way cooler than Malfurion. He certainly is. I actually like Illidan more than Malfurion as well, but you know. Illidan is just MIA. Kind of weird to have a king just leave. I low-key want him to turn evil. Well, we do have Shadow Reaper Anduin in Hearthstone, which I won't lie. As much as I love my sweet little Andy, Shadow Reaper Anduin is really cool. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go look him up. He is really cool. So, yeah. Hearthstone lore, since it's not canon usually, they can just they can go crazy with it. And it's really cool. Yeah. Alright. Where are we at here? No, this is not it. This is the wrong tower. This is not the tower you're looking for. Here we go. Okay. Back to the races. I would like Velen to be more involved in the story. I would too, actually. I never liked him before, personally, because he was always so disinterested, stuck in his ways, and uninvolved. But in Legion, he changed my mind because he really had a bit of an arc there, and he and Illidan really connected, and I really liked that. That was nice to see. So, I'm hoping he gets more involved too once Illidan comes back, and I don't know, more Legion stuff or Sargeras stuff or who knows, whatever they do happens. Or just in general, I would like to see Velen involved more. I feel like he's pretty dang background. Let's see. Yeah, Shadow Anduin. Does Anduin have any siblings? I don't believe so. I think he's an only child. Reverse and advanced. Pretty sure he's an only child, because his mother died when he was pretty young, and I don't believe Varian ever remarried. So, pretty sure he's single. Single sibling. There we go. I'd actually love to explore more of WoW's lore. Do you have any advice, Kraken, as a noob? Yes, actually. The two places that I think are pretty dang good sources outside of WoW itself, actually I would say 3 places, our first one would be YouTube. I would highly recommend Nobble and oh shoot, who's the other one? I haven't watched WoW lore videos in a long time. Nobble's a good one, and oh gosh, I feel bad. There's another channel that I haven't watched in ages. Well, anyway, so there's one. The WoW Wiki is also really good. Has a lot of great information there. And then there's also the books. And the books, you know, if you don't want to get more into expensive of it, I think there's audio books for them. I have all the physical copies. But like the chronicles are good, the novels themselves are good. There's actually quite a bit of external media for WoW. Which, you know, if you read through all of that, that really puts it into a lot of different context and perspective. Like, let's see, what's one good example? They play off of the books a lot. A little more than they should, I think, personally, just because we miss a lot of context. Kind of like, if you never read the books, or at least one of them, I don't remember which one it is, it's the one for BFA, the prequel for it, you wouldn't know that it was technically Sylvanas' fault that the Alliance ended up going to war over Lordaeron, because they were retaliating after she assassinated all of her soldiers and the innocent people in Arathi when they went to have a meeting between the undead and the human families that wanted to see each other again. And she was like, nah, we're not gonna do this. So she killed them all. And Anduin was like, what the fuck? Including Kalia. That's how Kalia died. But you wouldn't know that because you don't get a lot of that context in the game. You see what I'm saying? So, a lot of people, I remember when BFA was live, they're like, duh, the Alliance is finally evil, we're attacking Lordaeron. I'm like, it's a retaliation. People were murdered. But, you know, You wouldn't know that if you didn't read the book or have someone tell you about it. So I don't think they make a whole lot of mention of it in game, besides Kalia specifically. So anyway, you know, that would probably be the 3 sources I would say to go to. Sylvanas is worth going to war over. I suppose, if you like her. Without having done any research, it seems odd that there is no animated series of the WoW lore yet. Should have potential, right? Despite movie flop. Agreed. And I really liked the movie, personally. I thought it was amazing. I was really hoping for a second one with, like, the Lich King and stuff. But, you know. But yeah, I am surprised that we don't have an animated series yet. Maybe they will someday. Who knows? Whoop. To be honest, I'd say WoW had lore, and now it's an inconsistent mess. A lot of changes from the original lore as well. I mean, I guess, but that's definitely very subjective, because I really, really like the WoW lore as it is right now. I super enjoy it, so I think they've made a lot of, added a lot of depth and connections, whereas old WoW lore was very vague and didn't, like, connect a lot of strings, didn't connect a lot of dots, so definitely subjective, I suppose. There we go. Okay. That's gonna bug me. Why can I not remember the name of the other lore channel? I used to watch them a lot. Lost Codex! I remembered. Good grief. Lost Codex and Nobble are my 2 favorite lore YouTubers. Definitely give both of them a look and check out their stuff. So, there you go. I remembered. It's been a while since I've watched any WoW lore videos. Alright. They attacked Lordaeron because we Urido the tree. It was in a pre-path event. That too, that was definitely related to it, yes. It was a culmination of things. Here we go. Reversed tour. But Sylvanas hadn't taken out the tree yet, so taking out, reclaiming Lordaeron wasn't, part of that just yet. Go. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie as well. Glad to hear it's not just me being weird. Yeah, I was really surprised that it flopped, honestly. I thought it was done really well. I mean, it's a movie. I don't expect movies to be 100% lore accurate. They never are. It looked great. I loved the characters. I got emotional. I thought it was a great movie, but, you know. People be people, I suppose. If it's not 100% lore accurate, they want nothing to do with it, apparently. Boop. Yeah, that one's done. Let's see. I just had the best day I've had in WoW in almost 6 months. Evoker Legendary and Seeing and the Seething Slug Mount. Nice! Congrats, Hostitute. Congrats! That's awesome. You got got a legendary and a mount. That's rad. What movie? What did I miss? The Warcraft movie from. Wow, how long ago was that? 2011? No, it was no, 11? Was that 11? Whenever that movie came out, it was a while ago. The Warcraft movie. There we go. Nice. 2016, I think. It might have been it. I don't remember. It's definitely been a while. Yeah, it wouldn't have been 11 because I wasn't playing yet. Yeah, so it's like 16 sounds more accurate. Okay. Okay. And we need all 3 of this one? Yes. Yes, we do. Excellente. Okay. More races! Excellent. Focusing. Here we go. Have to pay attention to these ones with all these trees a little bit more just because they're really easy to get hung up on. Nice. Now we need advanced. In my opinion, it was just crude, unfinished as a project. Characters seemed badly written, decorations were theatrical, not a Hollywood quality for sure. Yeah, that's definitely subjective, because I thought it was really well done. I thought it was literally the opposite of all of that. I thought it looked amazing. I know I thought it was really well done, and very well written, but, you know. That's the unfortunate thing about stories and things. They're all excruciatingly subjective. Here we go. Nice. Good, yeah, but not complete, I suppose. Here we go. Nice. Let's go through here. There we are. And now we need reverse. Oh, I played 14 when Shadowlands came out. I found the Exploring series to find out lore, and I really liked it. I just checked, and they have some WoW lore videos. I have not watched them, but you may want to check it out. The 14 video was really good. The Exploring series. I'll definitely have to check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. You've not seen it? Well, definitely give the Warcraft movie a watch and make up your own mind about it, because I really liked it. A lot of people didn't. You know. My opinions seem to be very minority. I seem to be in the minority, we'll put it that way, with a lot of my opinions about WoW stuff, so, you know. What do you do? Onwards. Nice. Alright, that one's done. Onwards. You loved the movie? They needed another WoW movie? Yeah, I definitely would love another WoW movie. I would like to see a Lich King one with Henry Cavill as Arthas. I think that would be awesome. Animated series would be epic though. Sat in awe through that BFA Orgrimmar battle cinematic the other day, and just imagine a whole show with the animation quality. Right? Oh my gosh. Whatever you think of BFA, the cinematics they had for it were top notch, and we've just not come close to that since, in my opinion. For some reason, they did a good job with the BFA cinematics. My favorite one, honestly, is when Sarafang went to go get Thrall when he was in the Grand. Yeah, I love that one. Movie level. It was amazing. They haven't really done that since, and I'm not sure why. I would imagine because it's expensive. So that's pretty high quality to be able to do that. Here we go. Nice. Epic. These rings are hard to see in the fog. Alright. Let's see. That was regular. Now we need advanced. Oof. I'm glad we're in the last quarter of stream here. I'm getting a little on the hot and woozy side. Oof. water. There we go. Nice, nice. Beautiful. Excellent. Whee! This one's fun. There's a lot of verticality to it, so this race is pretty enjoyable, and it's so pretty through here. I'm probably, again, in the minority opinion on this one, but I really wish that Anaran Plains was more Green Dragon, less Centaur in its focus. Like, the Centaur are cool and all, but I was really excited for Anaran Plains because of the Green Dragons. And I feel like they got such a short cut story just kind of smushed in at the end there. I was like, Marithra really needs more character development, like bad. She feels so shallow, and she's gonna be our new green aspect, I guess. So, you know, which is fine, but she just needs some character time. She needs some on-screen time. She's always been so background, and just kind of the cliche girl living in her mother's shadow character, which, I don't know, she needs some help. I don't dislike her. She just hasn't done anything. But, you know. About subjective things, Henry wouldn't fit. Arthas never had a Giga Chad face. He was closer to medieval European facial structure, which is clearly visible in old Warcraft 3 icons, both human and undead. I guess that depends on your definition of Giga Chad, because I would consider both those things pretty similar. Especially if you look at the art, the character art of him. Like the one that's like his face, Arthas's face, half, and then half the Lich King. Henry Cavill would look really good for him. There we go. Okay, where are we head next? That one. Oh, let me get the Fushi. There we go. Are these Dragon Races good XP games? Another thought about it for alt. They can be. They are. They definitely are. Don't expect to be, you know, rocket soaring numbers. You're only gonna get a few % of a level per race. The real bonus is that they have, there's a lot of them. They're easy, they're fast, and they have quests too, at least for 4 of the 6 zones. So, I think so, but it's gonna depend on your amount of patience. Let's see. Well, it just felt like there was a new... it was like, here is new green aspect, okay, bye! Exactly, yeah, that's pretty much how it felt like for me, too. And I was just like, wait, I wanted more... She needs more screen time, wait! And the green dragon stuff that we do get that's actually important isn't even in the Anaran Plains zone. It's locked behind Renown as an extra campaign quest. Where am I going here? I missed something. There it is. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. Oh well. Cheek's much less visible. Yeah, same things for Harold, by the way. He is clearly different books compared to series. Who's Harold? I'm not sure who that is. There we go. Alright. Okay. Last race for the Anaran Plains, so that's good, that's good. Oh yeah, but Desandu, and if you need to see how the dragon races work, how their XP works and the quests and where they're at and such, check out my 60 to 70 leveling guide on YouTube, and then go to the last part. I explain there like where to get the quests, how they work. You have to unlock a couple of them if you've done like nothing with the races. It's a guide meant for alts and people that have already played through everything at least once. So, take that with a grain of salt. Witcher's name? Am I reading it wrong? Oh, Geralt! I was like, who's Harold? Oh, Geralt. Okay, Geralt. My bad. Right, Law sounds very close in Rue. Close enough. I was like, who's Harold? Geralt. Okay. Okay, my bad. I see. And yeah, they do look a little different. They do. But that's gonna happen with the movie. I mean, you're gonna be hard pressed to find an identical looking character. You might as well pick one that is gonna at least act good. I've never minded if the character or the actor doesn't look quite like the character art, so long as the acting is good. If the acting is good, the voice acting is good, the writing is good, I don't really care what they look like, personally. Because they can look good all they want, but if the acting is terrible, I'm not gonna be into it. That's just me, though. Alright, let's do this! Down we go. Alright. I try to do the dragon races on alts twice. Whoops! I missed it. There we go. Twice per week, but have missed quite a few. My mage, rogue, DK, Pally, and 3 druids are 68-ish. But doing them for the gold is great. Over 2k for the races. Yes, and you can do, there's 2 more races you can do for gold too. The 2 Zerlet Caverns ones. For whatever reason, even though it doesn't scale down to the 60s, you can do the 2 Zerlet Cavern world quests as well. Just those. You can't do the pet ones or any of the other world quests, just the racing ones. Can't do the Forbidden Reach ones, unfortunately, but you can do the Zerlet Cavern. So you can get 6 of the 7 pouches a week on 60 to 69 characters, which is pretty great. If it's just the gold that you're after. I really wish we could do the Forbidden Reach one too, but not sure why that one specifically is locked. Been a little inconsistent with rules on stuff this expansion. A little odd. As long as they got the behavior/attitude right, looks don't matter. Yeah, I feel that way too. As long as they act correct, if that makes sense. Something I recommend is when you complete one, do not stop and head to the next. Oh yeah, if you're trying to like be super fast, definitely. I do that a lot too. I'm just being lazy. Because you don't even have to hit the ground. You can just fly through the last, the finish ring, I guess. And, keep going. But, you know. I'm only half paying attention because I'm also watching chat, so. Thank you so much for the follow, Karen the Geordie. Welcome. Glad to have you here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Where am I going? Ah! Done. That's why. Nice. These races are done. And then we can go to the Azure Span. I've just got gecko eyes going on. Chameleon, rather. Chameleon eyes going on. One on my screen, one on chat. Alright, finish those. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, moving on. Over to the Azure Span, Azure Span. Take a drink of water. Oh, water's good for you. Here we go. My fair lady. Hello. Yes, exactly. My fair lady. Yep. Every time I see that type of speech, I just want to instantly be like, Squire, fetch me my sword. Squire. There we go. I have to click on the next race world quest so I can follow the arrow. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. Beep. There we go. I'm that way too. I follow the arrow around. I probably could actually memorize where these are all at, but I'd kind of rather not think about it. I would just follow the arrow. So, you know. But my quests like to untrack sometimes, so I have to like make sure they stay selected. I don't know why they do that, but they do. It's so pretty. I wish I was here right now in the cold, where it's cold and I'm not dying. Just cool thoughts, cool thoughts. Happy thoughts, cool thoughts. Also, good news. I don't know when it'll get here. I think I can afford it as well. I'm gonna get me an air conditioner. There's a freestanding unit. I'm gonna have to have a lot of pipe because it's gonna be venting out through the window. It's gonna be an official AC, not just a little swamp cooler, because they just don't do enough for me because it gets too hot here. But I'm gonna get a freestanding one soonish that I can use on days that are just too hot, because we've upgraded our solar system, which sounds funny to put it like that. We run off of solar. An inverter battery system with solar panels that power. And I'm supposed to be able, supposedly my brother and dad approved. They said, yeah, we should be able to run one unit now. Because the heat doesn't bother anyone else in my family, it's just me. They are absolutely fine. They all sweat like dogs, which is funny because dogs don't sweat. So that saying doesn't make sense. I'm the one that's super heat sensitive because I can't sweat, and I can get heat stroke, and I have had heat stroke in the past. It's not good. It messes up your brain. So hopefully I can get my hands on one of those soon to at least take the edge off. So hopefully, looking forward to that. Yay, more streams, hurrahs! Yes, exactly. Because, like, it wasn't such an issue in the past necessarily because I wasn't trying to do streaming and like being active. I could just, you know, take a day off from work if I needed to, or college. But I would rather not skip streams. I don't like skipping streams. I enjoy my streams. We've got a good thing going on here with me and you guys. So, you know, meh. Only 16C, 60F here in Norway right now. Granted, it's 11 p.m., but still, it's not too bad this week. Ah, I'm jealous. I wish it was 60F here, too. It is currently 92. And going up. The hottest point of the day for me here is usually around 4 p.m., and it's not even 2 yet. It's almost 2. Luckily, though, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I go to town between 2 and 4, so right after stream here for my new red light therapy for my skin, which hopefully helps. But regardless, the point is air-conditioned car, because my mom goes with me and we take her car, and she's got a Jeep with like sick air conditioning, so I'm just like, yes please, give me your coolness, mother. So I'm like, yeah, you can absolutely come with me. Yes, please. She likes to drive. She doesn't like it when I drive for some reason. I'm a good driver, I promise. It's just funny. Alright, was that reverse? That was reverse. We're all done here. So, next one. Alright, I would actually just give up at those temps. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's, especially when you can't handle it and you're very sensitive to it like I am. Tell me about it. Good golly gosh. So, yeah, it's I mean, I literally have to have a wet towel over my shoulders just to not pass out. Like, I look like a fool right now. I got stuff on my head, I have my water in front of me, my tiny fan on my legs that has a little, like, damp cloth behind it to try to help, you know, cool the air that's sucking in. I look a bit goofy, and I'm hoping that these days will end soon. It's 91 in Michigan, not going outside. Oof, gross. Yeah, gross. It's just too hot. But it's that time of year. Luckily here in Oregon, at least in Western Oregon, we don't have that many hot days. They're only for like a couple months, and they're not back to back, like constantly. Like, you know, maybe like a week here and there, but it's pretty infrequent that it does hit the 90s like this. But even in the mid 80s, I just struggle. So I'm just gonna get me a AC and fingers crossed that our inverter system can handle it. Let's see, advanced reverse. All right. Excellent. I'll wait. Nyom. Ugh, the Azure Span is so pretty. This is my aesthetic right here. Azure Span. It makes me want, I know we've talked about this before already, but it makes me really want two things. A old world revamp that includes Northrend and Outland. Ugh, imagine Northrend looking just as good as BFA, Shadowlands, and Dragon Isle's quality of detail. And then being able to dragon ride there. Yep, I would be a happy Kraken. I would also really like a quest revamp, but you know. Nice thing too is if they do an old world revamp and redo all the quests, because those two kind of go together. We've got Zadormi. We've got the system in place now to let us do both. And imagine having that for Chromie time as well. We'd have so many more options for Chromie time. Oh my gosh, I would die of happiness. It'd be a good thing. Because man, Chromie time needs some more options. Because you'd think, well, we have like 120 zones in game. I'm like, yes, but you also gotta remember, realistically, you're only gonna do like 5 of them. You know, tops. Unless you jump around a lot, but. And on top of that, your experience through Chromie time is still going to be very, I don't want to say curated or linear, but there is some restriction, like there's not very many level 10 zones to choose from. Whoops. Because there is still an entry-level requirement for every zone in the game, even in Chromie time. And so, that's my big wish, is that they remove that restriction at some point, but regardless, because of that, we need some fresh induction of zones. Getting a little stale. Nyom. Boop. And oh, that was it. Cool. Next. All right. Yeah, we got this one. This one's a long one. Boop. Beautiful. Okay. Down we go. Nyom. Excellent. So pretty through here. With the snow and the trees and the frost and the nice cold things. I'm a sucker for this type of forestry anyways. A lot of these look like redwood, which is really pretty. Redwood or spruce. Gorgeous stuff. All evergreens. I just love evergreen trees in general. Any type of evergreen. Doesn't matter what kind, honestly. Fir, pine, spruce. Redwood, I don't care. They're just gorgeous. Especially in the snow, because it's such a nice clash of green and white. And then the brown of the bark. Right. Burp. Now that. We need advanced and reverse. So here's the advanced. Take another drink before it starts. There we go. Perfect. Whoop, I hit that fire right into that fire. Whoops. Sorry, Durgy. Didn't mean it. My poor noodle. Getting a workout. Okay. Nice. Whee! Beautiful. Alright. My race is good. Cool beans. Still need reverse. We'll do reverse real quick. And then, after reverse, we will be calling it good. Because that'll be the end of stream. I'd go longer, but it's way too hot, and I also need to go get to my skin therapy session. What are we waiting for? Alright. Get through here. Here we go. Down we go. Don't forget the meme. I'll definitely look at that after stream. I'll give that a peek. Alright. Here we go. I was going to do that during break, but I ran out of time. Here we go. Perfect. Get through. It's less than 20 seconds. Perfect. Then it won't take me long, and I'll make it on time to my thingy. There we go. Perfect. I will check that out after stream. Alright, you all have a fantabulous afternoon. I am way too hot. But we are at the end. If you'd like to see my regular schedule, there you go. That is my normal times from Monday through Friday. Definitely check that out so that you see it in your time zone. I will be back again tomorrow, assuming it doesn't get even hotter. And hopefully I'll have AC soon, question mark, possibly. I don't know. So I will see you all later. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye!